Oh my god, look at that specimen. Holy wow. Look. That's unreal. Okay. What's up guys, my name is Chris from Vo-Gus Prospecting. If you're new to the channel, a big warm welcome, and if you're not multi-hat like this one, welcome back. Today I'm out with my high banker. I found this spot a few days ago and I found some nice coarse chunky gold here, but it's all on the bedrock, and the bedrock has 2 to 3 foot of overburden on it. So we brought out the big unit to try and push quantity through. Not only will we collect the fine gold, but when we reach the bottom, hopefully we'll pick up some nice chunkers. But we've had some heavy rains over the weekend and it's now too deep for me to get into. So this spot right here was giving me the same results as upstream. The only difference is I never actually made it all the way, that was close, to the bedrock. And I thought this was bedrock, but it's actually a giant boulder. Rock or bedrock? Guess we'll find out. I used the cobblestones to make a wing dam, so this water here is a lot lower than the water over there, more workable depth, and this is what we're getting from those surface gravels. Now it's going to be hard to see, we've got 2 nice little specks there and about a dozen micros here, and you know how I like my micro gold. It's the stuff everyone else walks away from. I come along and collect and show you guys and you go, wow, how'd you find all that micro gold? Because you walked away from it. Don't discount 12 micro specks. I've only run maybe 20 or so shovels out of this hole, and I've had to stop to remove more of this cobblestone, but I finally hit a layer where we're starting to see a little bit of clay. Check that out. That is nice looking stuff. I'll clear some more rocks and try and get a test pan for you. Well, if this doesn't explain prospecting down to an absolute T, I got one little speck. One speck, that's it. You don't know. I'm going to commit. I'm going to find the bottom. I'm going to see what comes out of this, but that's not the best test pan result I've ever had. So the on-off switch broke for my pump in the car somehow, and now I've got to short it out. But because this hole is leaving me so skeptical with the test pan results, and I know there was fantastic gold just there, I'm just stopping this to have a quick look in the box. The first thing I can see is a lot of iron. I mean, like a lot. Check that out. That is intense. That amount of iron in the box is usually a really good indicator that we're on the gold. I hope my test pans are wrong. Sometimes they are. It takes a little bit of experience to learn this. Occasionally you will hit spots where the test pans are terrible, but if you high bank it, the results are fantastic. I don't know what kind of voodoo makes that happen. And this is deeper than my gumboot now. Yeah. I just heard it go tink, tink, tink. It's old bottle. An old like something. It's probably wine or whiskey, or usually the dark ones are alcohol. After much rock washing, I finally hit the grey clay I've been looking for. When we hit this stuff right on the bottom last time, this is where we got nice little chunky pieces of gold. So I got 1 shovel's full in my pan. We'll do a test and see what we get. This is terrifying. If I was a wire prospector, this would be a loaded spot. But given I'm a gold prospector and I got like 3 little nano dots down in there, I am genuinely concerned about how much gold we're going to get today. Why did the test pans lie to me the other day? Well, I don't know that yet. This might be one of those magic leprechaun spots. I'm going to finish it. I'm going to see. And if it's a failure, at least I'll show you guys why you've got to listen to your test pans. If it's a success, clearly Grizzly is sprinkling some kind of gold magic down on me. For once in my life, I'm going to take some of my own advice. I'm going to wash out the top section of minus moss that I normally leave for the very end of the cleanup. Why do they make these threads so long? Now getting this out, that's the other tricky part. I got no room for my hand to move at all. But only the big stuff should be in here. The fine stuff usually doesn't get caught in this piece. Got a lot of ironstone. Ooh. I hope you can see this as well as I can now. That is a piece of gold, and on the bottom is like a piece of quartz attached to a ready kind of gem, and it keeps trying to float away on me, so I'm going to put it on my snuffer bottle before I go any further with the pan. That's all we managed to get out of that top piece of moss. So not heaps of big bits, not even heaps of little bits, but we don't catch most of the fine in the top part. After a little bit of consideration, I have moved spots downstream slightly to an area of flood gravel, simply because I wasn't able to effectively and efficiently reach the bottom. Moving spots sometimes is the best thing you can do. Persisting through with a bad spot is just a surefire way to not get a lot of gold. Come summertime, when the water drops, I'll be able to get in there and hopefully get more. But for now, my pump is delivering some nice water to my high banker, and I have all this easy dig flood gravel. We know there's flood gold in it, so let's get straight into digging. In literally 15 minutes, I have pumped through as much gravel as it took me 2 hours to do in this hole. How cool is that? And the other thing is that bedrock has dropped off into a really nice point. So we're going to do a little bit of a, see what kind of gold we got right down the bottom. Well, that's already better than the other spot. Have a look at this. First of all, we have a shotgun pellet, and then coming down here, actual pieces of gold that you're going to be able to see on camera. So the first piece, just there, and it's got a couple of friends next to it, plus some micros scattered around the place, like that one just there. So more gold than we were getting in the first spot, and I can move the dirt way easier. Things are looking up. I've got a friend, a Mr. Spider. Oh, probably a Mrs. Spider. Woo. Oh, where are you going? We've got to get you away from here. I think you went in the grass. No, safe travels. I don't have too much time left, so we're going to clean this edge up nice and straight, and we're going to take out this little lip here. This is a gauze bush, an invasive species, so we're going to get rid of that. You've got to pre-plan your reclamation, so you don't just dump all your dirt away from the hole where you can't push it back in. You make sure that you've got everything off to the one side so that you can push the big stuff back in, and then at a future date you use the small stuff from your next hole to backfill in between those gaps. Ooh, mama. Well, it's been 2 hours of digging and I've cleared this hole out. That is down to bedrock. I cannot get any more gravel out with my shovel, so I'm going to get the yabby pump and clean that off properly. If you're a long-time follower of my channel, you'll know how I always suggest to get a yabby pump. You pick them up at fishing shops. They are used to suck out bait from sand, because no matter how good you are with a shovel, I picked as much dirt as I could off the bedrock with a shovel. You could be Zorro with a shovel. You'll always be left with dirt. That's a full bucket of dirt off clean bedrock. did that gold come from? That was just on the bottom. Have a look at this. That bucket gave us all of this off the bottom. That's what I was saying. I don't care if you're really good with a shovel. You're not getting it all. That's mad. That's about as much gold as we pulled out on the first run from the first hole off the bottom in just one bucket. It might be kind of hard to see, but right at the tip of my finger there is a piece of gold. I like seeing that. I pulled it out and it's got a little friend. Oh my god, look at that specimen. Holy wow. Look. That's unreal. Okay. We are coming back to this spot. So, that specimen is absolutely unreal. I still haven't seen what's in this. I just tipped it into another pan. And with a little bit of luck, well, that's a lot better than the first spot for just flood gold. Look at that. There's heaps of coarse gold in this. So, like, plus the micro bits that we've got going on up here. Look at that. Micro adds up when you push it into a pile. So, hopefully there's going to be even more in the main mat. Both sluice mats are all cleaned out. All I'm going to do is knock the silt out of that bucket. We're going to take it home and run it through the cleanup sluice and see how much gold we've got. And after the disastrous start that we had to today, I do think Grizzly might have been looking down on me, sending me a sweet specimen in a place I did not expect to find any big gold at all. If you want to get a Vo-Gus prospecting t-shirt just like this one, we have them available in my shop. The link for that is in the description below, and you can get 10% off by using the code THANKYOU2020. And yeah, we got hats. This is the gold I collected out of that flood gravel next to a Clash Guitars pick and a shrunken head of a claim jumper for a bit of scale. Now it's time to get this on the scales. First, we're going to do the little specimen. Almost a 0.1. Now for the rest of it, there's a lot of coarse chunky gold in there. I'm going to bet a 0.65. What's your guess? Leave it in the comments below. .82, and there's still a little bit of microfine stuff in here. 0.82 of a gram is worth $70.16 Australian at the time of filming, which is pretty good going considering how the session started. Switching spots obviously made this day what it was. And that's the really big take-home lesson I think most prospectors can get from this video, is that if your spot isn't working, it's worth going and prospecting, taking some test pans from other places so that your trip isn't a total bust. $70 for about 4.5 hours digging as a micro miner is pretty good going. I've got heaps of videos and competitions coming up for everyone out there in social media land, so if you don't want to miss out on those, please consider hitting the subscribe button in the bottom corner if you are on YouTube, or the like button if you are on Facebook. My current competition is in the description below on YouTube. If you're watching this on Facebook, please jump over to the YouTube channel and you'll be able to find it there. And you might just win yourself a brand new $110 premium panning kit from XP Metal Detectors. So if you enjoyed this video, please like that smash button, give this video a share with your mates so you can spread the gold fever all around the globe. Your dog needs a delicious scratch behind the ears for me. Until next time, peace, close eyes, and I am out.